What's up everybody, Brett here, my YouTube channel Good Talk Gaming, and we are back into the second part of our casual fandom draft. We're rocking this kind of unusual blue-black splash and green type deck. We won our first match, it was a hard-fought match, and now we're going to jump on in to some more games here. Hoping to do good, do well I should say, but yeah, our deck performed kind of exactly how we thought it would. We overloaded on improvements, and we kind of just picked a lane and won it. Another tri-colored deck from our opponent. I don't know about you guys, but the music seems like super loud. Can we lower that just a tad? Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, but a lot of these games are just so tuned to be super loud at the beginning. And we have no plays here. Not sure what they will do, if anything. And that's a big nothing. But Necrophos here, we will go ahead and get ourselves an early gold mine. Which feels pretty good. Over the course of a long grindy game, that gold mine could generate lots of value for us. We do have a Shiva's Guard in our items. And Necrophos, of course, was able to add some health to himself. I think we're going to take a Town Portal Scroll. We're going to want that at some point in the game anyway. We might as well get it now and have just a bit of card advantage. And this is an interesting setup here. Not sure where he'll go with this. He's already kind of winning the left lane. I think we're going to Magnus mid. Yeah, so he's going to overload on that lane, which is fine. If we ever feel like our Zeus is in danger, we'll just pull him out. We don't have access to any early blue spells at the moment. We'll see what we draw. Heartstopper Aura could be nice. We can go ahead and put that on Necrophos next turn. Yeah, also looking at no accident in case we were in range of killing the Magnus, but we're not. See, that's unfortunate, but you know, this is why we bought this. He used a card, we'll use a card. He'll end up pretty much steamrolling this lane, but now Zeus is still alive. We're free to just put him in one of the other two lanes, and hopefully we'll win both of those while he is trying to, you know, slowly win the leftmost lane. And Magnus, you know, them fighting each other is pretty nice for us.
The dance begins.
Interesting. So that's going to be great for our Heartstopper Aura. At the beginning of their next turn, he'll put out 2 piercing damage to both of these units. Both of these cards, I should say. And he's going to get pumped, but it's no big deal. He'll die before he's able to hit our tower. Not getting any of our early blue. Would be nice to have gotten some ignites down early on here. And this dude's name is Mazzy, and he's pretty tough. He has a lot of armor.
Let me set up some defenses for you. We're friends, and friends help friends kill people.
Okay, so that went down mid lane. So he has some armor in the mid now. It's gonna take us longer essentially just to get through that, but we should be fine. Yeah, and there's the Shiva's Guard we were talking about. I'm gonna take another healing salve. I would be much happier getting items. I should say like equipment that we could put on our dudes. I think this is a fine spread. He's getting either very lucky or very unlucky getting all of his creeps in one lane, because he will be able to burst down our tower quickly. But he's also not able to defend his towers very well without any of these creeps. And what can we set up for this turn? So we can Satyr Magician in this lane, but yeah, I think that's what we do. And then we can either no accident Sister of the Veil in the rightmost lane. sure that does anything. That was a bit of a weird play. But there we go. They should both be dying there. And honestly not sure if we want to play anything really. We're going to Satyr Magician, and only because I think it's a race at this point, and I want to get this down quickly. Also, Sister would have been great as well, it just does more damage. But having the ability to potentially Thunder God's Wrath 2 times in the same lane, thanks to Satyr Magician's ability to fully restore our tower's mana, that could end up being pretty brutal. Ooh, and the mist there is going to change the math drastically. Okay, so he's keeping his Magnus alive for one more turn. Necrophos getting an additional health. I think we just go ahead and play Sister of the Veil here. And if he does anything to try and save this guy, we'll just change its attack. Ooh, that's rough. So I think we're going to Healing Salve here. We want to keep Ogre Magi up. We don't want to give him that gold.
Me too.
Yeah, Shiva's Guard just keeps popping up for us. It's not what we want. So all of these guys are going to get +1 attack this turn. And they're going to do a bit of an overkill on this tower here. So we have the double Thunder God's Wrath now for next turn. If I was the opponent, I would probably just pass here.
You can't break the Legion.
So even more armor is going to make it take forever for us to race. Luckily for us, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. The tower's going down. On a different turn, it would have been good that they were both attacking one minion. It would have saved us 7 damage, but it actually didn't. It didn't really do anything. So I think first things first, we're going to go ahead and Healing Salve.
I appreciate it.
Okay. No big deal, because we can either empower here. Thunderstorm is not something we want to cast. Empower is not really necessary. We're just going to wipe the board next turn. So it's kind of like where do we need the most help? Let's go ahead and put that here. So Glyph of Confusion, whenever an enemy unit enters the lane, stun it this round. It's going to make it very difficult for him to contest that right lane. I think here we just cast Thunderstorm and hope to get a multicast. It's not going to do any damage at all to Mazzy, but it does prevent him from playing any green cards potentially. And he did a little bit of damage there, so not the worst. And we're going to take the damage. Yeah, that was all fine. And now Debbie comes down. We're going to put Debbie in the right lane. And we're going to kill both of these this turn if he doesn't do anything. He may see the play coming. He might have an item. He's going to draw a card for sure with Wisdom of the Elders.
I aid my ally.
Ooh. Yeah, we may have just lost here thanks to Mist of Avernus. Not sure there's anything we can do about that. If we'd have saved the Thunderstorm, next turn we could have dropped Ogre Magi here and then Thunderstorm the board. In hindsight, had I been able to sit here for like a minute and do math, I probably would have figured that out, but this game puts you on a pretty fast clock. But regardless, here we go. Magnus is going to die. I mean, they're all going to die. It does piercing damage. It's just a matter of refreshing
I have something special in store for you.
and doing it again. So Legion Commander and that blue hero die, as well as Mazzy.
You never were going to survive.
I can use this.
And I don't think it matters here. We may have just honestly lost if we can't do something to deal with that left lane.
Needed this.
Yeah, we stunned our own units. That's unfortunate. I don't know why I didn't realize that Glyph of Confusion counted towards our own units. Seems like a great stall card if you're already winning a lane, but you don't want to put it in a lane that you're not already heavily winning. So we have to have this. Not sure those Shiva's Guard will do us any good. But we're going to put Ogre Magi here in this lane. They'll all be getting a +1 attack buff, and I'm not sure we can stop that without something like a Thunderstorm. I don't know if we have another one of those in our deck. We may only have one. But we don't even have a blue card in our hand currently, and I think that's just game.
This couldn't come at a better time.
We're losing by a bit there. So that sucked, guys. I think had we seen the line of the Thunderstorm, we potentially could have won that quite handily. Let's jump into the next match. We could still end up going positive here. There aren't any big prizes on the line. We're still learning. The only downside here is a potential waste of time, making bad plays unnecessarily. Ooh. Bounty Hunter, Phantom Assassin, probably in the opener here. Bad matchup. So nothing but bad matchups here. This is kind of the type of deck we don't want to see start off. Because we're losing both of our blue heroes. Don't think we want to play a Disciple too early. We'll get down and Ignite. Yeah, last game we didn't see any of our improvements, except one that honestly didn't do any good for us.
My favorite part is when we light everything on fire.
And our deck really relies on its improvements to do well. Next turn we can get down Magnus.
Don't worry, I know some people.
Which is difficult because if we put Magnus in either of these two lanes, we're going to have a rough time. We have a chance at least of killing the Bounty Hunter. We can't even trade with Phantom Assassin. I think we go here. I wouldn't be surprised if Treant Protector went mid. Kind of a little surprised that he went to the right. That's going to alter where our RNG could take us. So yeah, our Magnus put our Magnus in front of their Treant. Okay. So we can kill Bounty Hunter right now. But then we just straight up lose Necrophos. I think we want to get down our Pit Fighter.
Just give me something to punch.
May have been better to kill Bounty Hunter. Track is a 3 cost card. Oh my god, and then he gets down in early Hourglass. So things are just going right for our opponent. Good RNG on the opening heroes. Good starting improvements. And just kind of a matchup that it's going to be very difficult for us to win. But honestly, if I draft a poor deck and my matchups are bad, you know, all these things are happening, I would honestly rather go like 1 and 2 and get out of the draft and start a fresh draft where I can potentially have a better deck and a better chance of winning. And I'd rather do that like sooner rather than later.
Your strength is my own.
And it's pretty important, whichever lane we put Mist of Avernus in, I think we're going to put it in the leftmost lane.
Victory!
He's dying anyway. Basically, we'd have to wait all the way till this lane next turn to give him +1 attack. And that doesn't seem super worth. When we already have kind of a beefy guy in the left lane as well as a hero that we do want to get out of control. Still 2 gold, still nothing for us. Our opponent's going to be able to buy things if they want, but they have this this bank type card. So I think we want to put Debbie down here. Something like that. We're going to use Pick Off to kill Bounty Hunter before it even gets to that turn. If Debbie trades there, we'll be sad, but I mean, even a minion kills Phantom Assassin right now. So hopefully they're not trading, but they are. So that does suck a little bit. And we got a bit unlucky here because the Treant is going to be attacking us. And our cards are locked, so we can't play this to help us block. We could play the Satyr Magician. That'll take the damage off. And I think we have to do that.
You are about to witness something incredible.
Alright. So he'll get stronger.
Nowhere to run.
Yeah, this just totally sucks. Had this been reversed, we would have Debbie here. Their Phantom Assassin would be dead. Just really awful RNG, but at least we can take care of this Bounty Hunter here before it gets a chance to kill our Zeus.
You've been chosen.
Yep. And I mean, we could pick off there to try and prevent that. But our opponent is executing their plan really well. And this is 8 gold sitting on the board. But we prevented any kind of black card shenanigans in the right lane. Just unfortunate. As long as his Hourglass is on the board, all of our hand is going to be reduced. So next turn, these are the only 4 cards we can play. The rest are going to be locked. We need to find a way to get rid of him. Escape route. That's brutal. So, I mean, that's a free portal every turn. He's up to 31 gold. There's nothing we can do here. Lost in Time is going to be nice to lock him out of 3 cards. Okay, and we can take the Demagicking Maul and hope to get lucky there. We'll just take everything. We'll want to draw a card now just to get past the lock at some point. But if we could put the Demagicking Maul in this lane, we could potentially get rid of his improvements or force him to use it early. Either one of these, killing either one of these would be fine. And locked. Okay. So let's suit him up with the Maul.
Smash you!
That'll take out this Roseleaf Druid, lower his mana by 1.
What a lovely day. Your loyalty will
Wow.
be rewarded.
You know what, let's Lost in Time before he does anything else. Maybe we'll hit one of his cards that he really wants to play this turn. And we can use the Satyr Magician
Every step shall shake the forest.
to get our mana back.
We're just getting started.
Now we can put this down here, and before the next turn starts, we'll lock another card. So we're clawing our way back in, but there are 3 improvements here. If he can't put anything down in front of us next turn, we'll be able to start destroying these. Straw card, it'll be locked, but at least it'll be unlocked next turn. And then Traveler's Cloak over here can save our Magnus, so we're going to hold on to it. So it just added another round of lock to that item. Hopefully that item was a good one. And hey look, we're winning this lane. So green's not really known for its offensive spells when it comes to just straight up killing heroes. So we'll play this here. It's no longer a trade. There we go. So we're doing better in this lane as well. All of these cards will become unlocked. We'll be able to drop a Duelist in that lane. Ooh, these are all very tempting. Let's grab the Phase Boots and the Potion. You can get a lot of versatility out of some Phase Boots. How much armor does he have? 2. So if we get lucky, and we should, yeah, we'll get lucky. Debbie will go in front of there. Debbie can kill him. And then Necrophos is going to have a hard day anywhere he goes. Put him mid. He could go both in the left lane, which would be kind of strange. But that would change the math here. So both in the center. Nice. Good spread for us. He has 9 mana in this lane. I'm not sure what he's going to do, but he could probably do a heck of a lot.
Between the two of us, we can figure out how to use this thing.
So he's kind of like telling us we can use our Maul here, which is kind of cool. But we don't have initiative. If he drops a minion directly in front of us, we won't be able to use it. We can also not use any of our blue cards. 2 improvements, which would be very good to use here. Yeah, so he just drops another Druid, which we can't quite kill. Can we just smack anything with a Hipfire in this lane? If we Hipfire here, we'll kill him this turn.
Seconds remaining.
I think we'll Phase Boots You know what?
2.
We'll hip fire here. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to heal it. Oh, actually, god dang it, that was a mistake. The armor blocked. Oh, that sucks. It kept our initiative. That was a bit of a panic play. I don't think I would have done that had I been able to sit for a second and read. That was not the case. So let's use a healing salve here.
Thanks.
See what our opponent does. Yeah, mistake there, guys. But we have almost an excess of cards right now,
I make this work.
and put Debbie out of range of anything. There's so much mana on this side of the board. Really would have been nice to get down a second fractured. Is it timeline? Is that what it's called? Yeah. So another super powerful item there in the form of Shield of Aquila. Now I think we play the Disciple. Could still kill him. Still kill him. These two are already dying. And without the passive from the Treant Protector, plus this Shield of Basilisk, he won't have the armor to survive next round. And killing these three means that our Ogre Magi should be free and clear to start eating an improvement every turn. Great. So he copied our Demagicking Maul. Pretty good for him. Could put it on someone mid here.
It's sad.
Wow. Okay, that still doesn't kill our Debbie. If he figures out a way to kill Debbie, we're just going to switch with Phase Boots. And we'll kill him instead of him. You know, really, it's whatever. I would rather get him off the board because he has all of these abilities, plus this stupid Hourglass, which is really holding us back. Alright. And without the armor, he now dies. It's all good stuff for us. So, we're looking to take this tower handily. Ignite, fortunately for us, doing something. I think we play this first to try and lessen their mana. And hopefully maybe we can even get a swing here. How much does this cost? Coup de Grace only costs 6, so he could cast it here and discard a card. Yep, and there it goes. It condemns a hero. Nothing you can do about it. Kind of expecting that, which is why I didn't save like my Phase Boots and things to potentially save him. Because it's just a kill card. And we play him down here. If he attacks this way, we'll just kill this guy. But either way, he's just going to continue to grow. Get bigger and bigger. Uncontested in the right lane. And we're looking good, feeling good. And without the Hourglass on the battlefield this turn, we can finally play some of our cards. Not sure where he's going. He may go one in the left, one in the right. Maybe the strong guy in the left with all the items. Pretty interested. If I was him, I would be a little bit afraid of things like Thunder God's Wrath, but we don't have that. So, and of course our Ogre Magi is getting blocked. Super duper unfortunate for us. And our cards are back to being blocked up. So that's something.
The power flows from root to to start.
So we'll lock this up,
Can't outsmart us.
Well, maybe you.
and we'll use phase boots to switch these two out.
You.
Then we'll be able to use our demagicking maul. So we do have an out. He won't die. It's a good play. We still also have our Glyph of Confusion, which we can put mid to stall for like forever. Wow, he still wants to attack him. Wonderful. So we're wasting like 11 points of damage hitting a creep here. Not sure what we'll get. Any of these would be fine. I'd rather get escape routes, I think. He's already generated so much value off of this at this point. And he can still pop this for, 20 gold. Of course, he's okay. So he's actually, because he's attacking him, he's technically blocked. Unbelievable. Let's draw our card and get it locked. If I sound a bit salty, I am. I mean, the RNG has been against us this entire game, and really for our opponent. We're clawing our way back into this. I can definitely see us winning this game, but it's going to be difficult. And I think where we choose to use our glyph is going to be somewhat crucial here. I think we put it in the right lane, because that's the lane I think they're going to try and contest soon. And since we're already somewhat winning that lane, alright, so we locked 2 more cards, thanks to Fractured Timeline. They popped their investments, they're now up to a huge 50 gold. Now they're up to a huge 100 gold. So they can buy items to their heart's content now. We also have an hourglass in our item shop, if we're able to get a little bit more gold. I think it costs 10. I could definitely see that setting them back if we're able to get that in the first lane. And all of our cards are locked. We can't empower, which would be good here. We also can't dimensional portal, which would be fine. It would stun them as they come down, but we would have them for the next turn. And in 2 turns, the Satyr Duelist will kill the Treant if he doesn't do something about it. But with this much gold, I mean, he'll be able to buy whatever he wants. Do we take a sword? I think we do. And there's the hourglass that we cannot afford. And I think even though it'll stun him, we want to put the Necrophos in the rightmost lane. That'll unlock all of our black cards for that lane. We're going to be almost without a doubt using Dimensional Portal plus Empower there. And perhaps trying to use Hipfire, No Accident, whatever we can here. Let's see if our opponent gets super lucky again with their creep placement. They'll both be stunned, so no blue cards for him in this lane. We're also crazy unlucky that we haven't drawn any of our Thunder God's Wrath. We have lots of board clear here, which would bypass all of this ridiculous armor. Those would be great cards to play, but they are unfortunately locked. Let's break something. So we can no longer pull him out for free. But check out all these cards. I mean, there's no way he doesn't have the ability to pull this card back. We can Hipfire here. We may want to, just because it's really not doing anything else for us. Yeah, we'll see about that. That might be something we save for the right lane. But if we hip fire here, we do an additional 6 damage. Not this turn, won't be relevant this turn, but next turn. And also it gives another body for the Mist of Avernus to work on.
Let us hope it is enough.
Okay, so he's replacing, I think he just replaced one of his items there. Yes, he replaced a Shield of Basilius. Kind of unbelievable. Yeah, let's hip fire here. It changes the clock not this turn, but the next turn. And it changes it pretty great.
Sorry, this got away from me.
That was a sentence I just said. You know what, we'll Dimensional Portal here. They will all get buffed by Disciple, then they'll all get buffed next turn by Mist of Avernus. So we're going to do to our opponent here what our opponent last game did to us.
That's more.
Alright, that's good. So it won't matter this turn. Next turn we're going to hit them for a truckload. They can't race us in the mid lane. And the right lane, things are going to come down stunned. So we've essentially stalled 2 lanes very well. We're going to lock 2 more of their cards. Unfortunately for us, they have so many items that the odds of us locking down a relevant card are pretty low. So here we go. This is 50 damage now, but we can also add a short sword. We're going to get buffed. Hopefully we get some more creeps dropped in that lane. And here we go. We've also got a kill now on Phantom Assassin, which is pretty beautiful. We'll just pass. We'll try and maintain our initiative for this turn here. How much armor do you have? A ton. Crazy. It's because of this Shield of Aquila plus standing next to the Treant. But we can empower any hero. It's pretty nice. Necrophos is stunned, so we don't want to give that to him. He's not doing any damage. He also doesn't have his Heartstopper aura. So we'll give Empower to Magnus. Wow, what does this do? Ugh. That's pretty strong. So he should be able to condemn one of our improvements. Which at this point isn't really relevant. The Fracture Timelines were nice to help us lock him. But they've already done their effect this turn. You got it, man. You're super jacked. But you haven't taken our tower yet. And you still haven't. So I think this is in our favor here. Yep, that's brutal. And it feels bad. But it may be too little too late. I think we can just win the left lane. See, what heroes do we have down there? Debbie. We'll be able to drop Sister to go even wider. Sister plus Short Sword, plus the increased damage here, plus any minions we get, plus the Mist of Avernus. We should have enough. I think our opponent may be realizing that fact, which is why they're kind of slow playing us a little bit here.
The sisters trained me well.
And yeah, we're still not taking the damage. You can use all the items you want. If you don't change this number, then the math hasn't changed. They may be sitting on a Town Portal Scroll, looking to pick one of these up and put it in the left lane at the beginning of the next turn. I'm honestly kind of surprised that hasn't already happened. Perhaps picking up the Bounty Hunter, getting it in this lane to destroy the mists. Yeah, there we go. Tower still stands.
I grow stronger every day.
And that doesn't change much math. It's just a bit more damage there. We could honestly give him 2 more damage. But, I mean, it's not going to do anything. We want to save all of our attack for the left lane. Nice that we're killing the Treant Protector here. Just for a bit of gold, maybe we'll be able to afford a decent item. Ooh, that's a big boy. That's a big boy, but I think it doesn't matter. Comes into play stunned. Treant Protector will go down. He won't have this armor. Not that that really matters. We also have a Slay in our deck somewhere, which even if we draw it, we won't be able to play it thanks to Hourglass. So guys, there's so much that goes on here. If you ever see me make a little bit of a misplay, I hope you understand why. Because I mean, just look at the type of things you have to consider while playing a game like this, especially once they go long. And our opponent has had such advantage the entire game with all of this gold. I think the Glyph of Confusion locking down this lane was absolutely necessary. So they're going to save the Protector there, which is okay. It may help them stall this lane for 1 more turn. But I think even if they stall for 1 more turn, we still have this. We'll buy a heal. May be relevant. And we didn't get lucky. Both of our minions are going to the rightermost lanes, and he's getting 2 minions in the left lane and a Treant. So, once again, the RNG is completely against us. Even one of these guys here would have been great, and one of these guys not here would have been great. So, pretty unfortunate. So he's just going to drop him right back down. I don't understand that. He's just going to be stunned. Why are we only doing 18? Oh my god, why are all of our guys hitting the wrong dudes? So we can Thunderstorm to kill him. Okay, we'll take him off 2 mana.
Oh, smash you good.
We can Phase Boots here to try and get our DPS back. And then Thunderstorm. I don't think it's as important that we kill him as it is that we deal the maximum amount of damage possible this turn. And we can switch with anyone. And it chooses the same targets for them. That's good to know. Glad we're not wasting Ogre Magi's DPS, and that's kind of why I did it. So I think we Thunderstorm here. Yeah, it won't be effective in the right lane. Just killing this 1 unit is going to add a ton of damage to us, and it's going to keep this minion alive for next turn and force these 2 to trade. Also, Treant Protector now takes 3 damage that he wasn't before. Add a sword here to Debbie. No, accident doesn't quite do it. It would be nice to get rid of him and do an extra 5. And do we want to use our Fountain Flask? That could be an important decision. I think we do. I think if Ogre dies here, we're in rough shape. Alright, we have the kill on board next turn. We pass here. Hopefully our opponent doesn't drag this out anymore. If you're going to pick up a hero, you know, just pick him up and let's go. Thunder Gods would be pretty brutal here to draw. It would kill him, or her rather. Him. I mean, it would take out 3 of their heroes. The only consideration there for leaving Debbie and killing the Treant Protector this turn would have been to get the Hourglass off the board so that we had more live draws. But I think we just have the win regardless. And we just need to make sure we're not doing like 18 damage to the tower. We needed to do, you know, over 40 to make sure that we had the win in hand. Yeah, and I don't think it matters that Zeus dies here. Yeah, and he put down a Treant Protector. Instantly stunned, so no access to green cards. And he's also not being able to kill our Duelist, who has been slowly kind of being the MVP in this map, on this in this lane rather. Okay, so he's gonna get a heal off. No big deal. And I think just for the sake of playing something, we're gonna no accident the Treant and kill it this turn. We're trying to just to get ourselves some gold. Maybe we can buy a game-winning item.
I will do that.
Okay. We don't want to play Sister. Sister has to go down this lane next turn. It's our only card. We also will be able to play Keenfolk Turret, which deals 2 piercing damage, but it doesn't hit towers. Okay, kind of scary. Our opponent can refund the rest of their mana, so they'll go back up to 10. And if they have any big blue cards that they can play, now would be the time. Stressful game may end up turning in our favor. Interesting. This is why you play it out, you know. You don't give up. And if we still somehow lose here, which is possible, now he has this Rookery. He can make, you know, one of these targets attack another. He can actually, Treant Protector's still stunned. So what can he do? I mean, he can kill our Necrophos. Or take out the Duelist. It's kind of whatever. This is not the lane. This is not the lane to fight over. That Glyph of Confusion is kind of single-handedly stalling this lane for us, and of course that's what he's going to do. But not before we kill the Ancient, the Treant Protector. Alright, come on, buddy. We're fighting over a lane that's completely irrelevant right now. And all he's doing is making sure that I have initiative, which I don't think is relevant because we just don't have the cards. Another health goes on Necrophos. 7 gold. What do we got? A heal. We'll take the sword because it can do some damage. Last thing we want to do is lose by 2 here. So no lucky minions for him this time. And we have the win here. Wow. Yeah, I forgot we have like 2 of these in our deck, by the way. So we very easily have the win. But I think we're still going to play in the same manner that our opponent is. We're going to use every option available to us. He's going to heal the Protector. I don't think there's actually any point to playing this out for our opponent.
You think I can't kill you?
And we'll drop the Satyr Magician, fully restore our mana. Play the Sister. Also didn't realize we also had both of our heroes had weapons, so the short sword's not actually going to be relevant. Definitely want to tell you guys that's not a thing.
I'm afraid this won't end well for you.
So we're putting the math even more in our favor. I doubt there's any green cards here that can stop us. I mean, you could always play like another Thunderhide or something. Drop him in front of Debbie. That'll negate 16 damage. That's a big guy. Purge your opponent's effects from a random hero. So, okay.
And for my next trip.
Took away some of our attack damage there from the Mists of Avernus stacks.
These are grim times.
Alright, so he'll be able to destroy our improvement, so we want to use it this turn. I mean, how often do you get to see these in draft play? A game where your opponent plays double Apotheosis Blade, and you still win.
Death is upon you.
I mean, that's why we're playing these cards. The Disciple plus the Mist. I mean, this is exactly the scenario it was designed to prevent against. And the game's giving us the checkmate. We're not going to beat him completely. And we won that game. Whew. Honestly, guys, those two games felt like 10 to me. So I'm gonna call it there. Pretty stressful. Hope you still enjoyed the gameplay. Getting to see my opponent wreck me with a strategy and then watching me turn around and use the same strategy in the next game against an opponent who had probably almost like 200 gold that game, and still could not pull out the win against us and our superior tactics. So anyway, guys, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate every single subscription. And comment, let me know who you are so that I can tell you thank you in the comment section. And like the video if you did like it. And be sure to stay tuned for some more content here. At the very least, I've got at least one more video in this particular draft run. If we lose right off the bat, I'll upload it. If we win 3, we don't win anything, but should still be entertaining to watch. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.